What's up? This is Christian Jackson, and this is the first video in a series about the DJM900nexus from Pioneer. This video series is going to go over everything from how to use the sound color effects, to how to use the beat effects, how to use the EQ section, everything on this. But for this section, we're going to be concentrating mainly on the 6 sound color effects in this central section. So this mixer's been out for a while, so most people kind of have a good idea of what these sound color effects do. But for those people who maybe haven't seen it before, we'll go over it real quickly. We got space, dub echo, gate compressor, noise, crush, and filter. Those are the 6 effects that you get to use on the fly on any channel at any given time. So the best way to show you exactly what these individual sound color effects do is just to show you. So I'm going to put on a beat loop that I made in FL Studio, and we'll use all 6 of these and show you exactly what each one of them does. So we're going to start off with the space effect. Now these first 2 on the upper left hand corner, space and dub echo, they both have what's called post fader bleeding. So after you engage the effect, you can pull the fader down and the effect will still bleed. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So I'm going to twist the knob to the right, and then after I do that, I'm going to pull down on the volume fader. See how the sound is still bleeding? And it'll pick right back up. The space is really good for like picking out little bits in the high end that kind of accentuate themselves. You can kind of play around with it after you disable the effect. So when they're blinking, that means they're on, and then the dry wet is controlled by how far off center, either left or right, you twist the knob. So to the right you get that high end effect, and then to the left you get a deeper, lower end, spacey sounded effect. Then even when the fader is pulled down, you can modulate it and bring it back up. So next up we got dub echo, and it acts very much the same way as space does, but it has a little bit more of a delay effect, as you could probably pick up by the name dub echo. So let's get the beat going again. Twist it to the right, and again it's going to pick out those higher frequencies. So that's a longer delay, and then as you bring it back up, it shortens the delay. And that's for the high end side, and you can see it's labeled down here, high, low. You can also adjust this and then enable the effect to kind of pick out certain frequencies you want. So if you want to just do it on that clap, wait till the clap comes around. Kind of cool delay echo. Next up we have the gate compressor. So when you turn to the left, it acts as a gate, and a gate only allows the louder parts of the track to come through, and then a compressor does pretty much the opposite, and it brings up the lower levels so that it's at a higher total volume. I'll give you a little bit of an idea of how that sounds here. So start the beat, enable the gate, so you can see how you can do a lot of remixing capabilities on the fly just by finding the right sweet spot on the gate. You can either cut out all the transients or keep some of them in depending on how far to the left you have this turned. And then compressor on the other side is obviously going to bring up the smaller sections and make them more audible. And it's going to squash down all the louder stuff. Now Now, noise is actually an independent noise generator, so it can actually be used when there's no music playing through a channel. So to prove my point here, I've stopped the CDJ over here, and you can manually enable it just by turning on the noise button and then twisting it either left or right. It does not affect anything that is already going through that channel. It's completely independent, so it doesn't take the source material and then modify it in some way. It's just overlaying a noise generator. So I've got a couple other tutorial videos up to do some cool tricks with that in combination with the crossfader if you want to check those out. Up next we have Crush, which is basically just a bit crusher, so it's like a filter slash bit crusher. So I'll show you how that sounds. Sounds pretty cool. And then likewise, it's like a high pass bit of bit crusher. Then lastly, we have the infamous DJM Filter with that awesome resonance. Again, not much to say on this one. It's pretty plug-and-play instant effect. So obviously, get your tune playing. To the left, you get a low pass. Then you get all the way down here. That's as low as she goes. Bring it back up. And the high pass sounds equally awesome. It's always important to remember that you can have multiple sound color effects going on different channels. So you can have a high pass operating on this, and then have the low pass on a different channel. However, this doesn't mean you can have two separate sound color effects on two different channels. If you select filter, you're stuck with filter for all four. If you select dub echo, you're on dub echo for all four. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give me a like, it really helps me out, and subscribe if you want to hear about all sorts of new DJ techniques and tutorials.